when the Galactic Council learned Earth's real name. The Galactic Naval Academy had never admitted a human before Cadet James Sullivan. Most species considered it a bureaucratic error that hadn't been corrected yet. The corridors of Station Prometheus were designed for beings who'd evolved under sensible conditions, 0.6 G gravity, temperate climates, worlds where the apex predators had the decency to be slow. James had to duck through doorways meant for the willowy Centaurians and watch his step around the crystalline Lithians who'd shatter at a firm handshake. "Death Worlder," hissed Crixtal, a Zentari whose species had achieved spaceflight without ever experiencing weather. 6 of his clutchmates flanked him in the empty training bay, blocking James's path. A Gorvian heavy class named Thurn brought up the rear, his 4 arms flexing with practiced menace. 7 on 1. They'd chosen their moment well, between shift rotations, no witnesses. "That's what they call us, yeah," James said mildly, setting down his training bag. His instructors had warned him about this. Hazing was a tradition, they said. Don't make waves. "You don't belong here," Crixtal continued, his crest flaring. "Your kind are savages, violent, unpredictable. We're going to teach you—" James moved. The Zentarii nervous system, evolved in a world without ambush predators, processed threats at 60 milliseconds. Human reaction time, honed by megafauna and persistence hunting, clocked at 180. But humans didn't need to react faster, they predicted. Crixtal was still forming his threat when James's palm strike caught him in the thorax cluster. The Zentari dropped, respiratory system shocked into paralysis. 3 seconds. The clutchmates rushed in. James sidestepped the first, using the alien's momentum to send him sprawling, swept the legs from under the second. The third got an elbow to what James hoped wasn't something vital. 6 seconds. The remaining 2 froze. Thurn advanced slowly, his species' armored hide designed for the glacial warfare of their ice moon. "You're slow," James said, breathing steadily. On Earth, he'd been average, played high school football, nothing special. Here, he was a tactical nightmare. "Your bones are porous calcium silicate. Your muscle fibers are linear. You're from a world that never taught you to be afraid." Thurn charged. James dropped, rolled, and came up behind him. A precise strike to the nerve cluster the Academy's xenobiology course had covered last week. The Gorvian went down hard. 10 seconds total. James picked up his training bag, stepping over the groaning forms. He'd pulled every strike, used maybe 10% force. Enough to teach, not to maim. "Cadet Sullivan." The voice froze him mid-step. Admiral Theron, the station commander, stood in the doorway with 2 security officers. "My office. Now." In the Admiral's quarters, James stood at attention, expecting expulsion. Instead, Theron played a recording, the whole encounter from multiple angles. "You held back," the Admiral said, his silver eyes unreadable. "Why?" "Sir, they're students, like me." "Noble." Theron opened a secured file on his desk display. 3 days ago, our long-range scouts detected something at the edge of charted space. A fleet. Origin unknown, but their technology suggests aggressive expansion. We've tried hailing them. The display showed wreckage. Ships torn apart with brutal efficiency. "The Council is calling an emergency session. They want to negotiate, de-escalate." Theron's voice hardened. "I've seen your psychological profile, Sullivan. Your world has been at war with itself for 10,000 years. Your species has 40 words for conflict and knows the difference between them." James felt his stomach drop. "I'm recommending you for early commission, captain of the Academy's new, specialized unit. You'll handpick your team." Theron leaned forward. "Because when negotiation fails, as it will, we're going to need soldiers who understand violence. Real violence." "Sir, I'm just one human, one cadet. For now." The Admiral pulled up another file. "Earth received our admission offer for the Academy program yesterday. They're sending more candidates." The display showed a manifest. 200 names. All human, all male. How many? James whispered. 200 this cycle, but Earth has 7 billion more where they came from. Theron's expression was grim. The question is, Cadet, when the shooting starts, whose side will the Death Worlders be on? Alarms shrieked through the station. The display erupted with emergency signals. The unknown fleet had just entered the system, and they were already firing.